guys, if you're new to Deception Bytes, hit the like and subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell to be notified of future videos. If you wish to support the channel, the links are in the description below. Now, fasten your seatbelt. Here we go. All right, guys, it's April 2nd, 5:54 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm back. I'm so excited I'm going to have to sit on my hands just to stop them from waving. Well, I figured that I can't do a very long video. This one, we're going to get into some Q-related news. I will keep checking through the night to see if there are Q posts for today. So far, there are not, but I'm going to have to make this video short comparatively to my other videos because I do have to get to the gym, and when I come back, if there are Q posts, I may get into that. If not, you never know, I may do another video. Depends on how my my energy holds out. Anyway, we do have quite a few kind of silly little news things, but regardless, I think you'll enjoy them. So let's get started. Now, this isn't a silly news thing. This is about the Unplanned, the movie Unplanned, and Twitter is, well, not just Twitter, but Twitter is one of the social media platforms that is censoring this, and there was actually videos of people. Unplanned Movie has an account on Twitter, and they were pressing a follow, and then they were refreshing, and they would be unfollowed. By the time that it had refreshed, Twitter had unfollowed them from this. So they're obviously not wanting this to get seen, but the movie is doing very, very well despite them trying to keep people from seeing it and censoring it all they can. So it says, look at that, America doesn't want abortion. We want hope, redemption, truth, and authentic care. Wow, congrats to Unplanned on your A+ cinema score grade. So their cinema score grade is A+, and it says what she saw changed everything, based on a true story, Unplanned. Now, I have not read too much about this movie, but I understand that it is faith-based and is anti-abortion. So I can understand why Twitter and Facebook and so forth are trying to censor it so heavily, but obviously it's not working. So I think Americans have had enough. They've had enough of being told what they can and cannot. I mean, anytime there's a faith-based movie, it does so well in the theaters, and yet they don't get the message, do they? People want wholesome entertainment, and not that this is entertainment per se, but they do want wholesome movies. They do, and they will support those movies. I mean, it's been proven, but Hollywood just does not get the message. Anyway, let's move on from there and come down to this. Now, Hillary Clinton put classified information on the internet, equivalent of public park bench, and yeah, right, if you're going to put classified information on the internet, you might as well leave it on a public park bench because you never know who's going to pick it up. And the Chinese may have gotten all of her emails, all as in ALL, all, as a result, but she was protected from fallout by a corrupt FBI official, Strzok. Now, Judicial Watch sues for answers, and let's hope they get those, because let me tell you, this guy, Tom Fitton, is a bulldog. He's got bulldog tenacity, and when he grabs a hold of something, he doesn't let go. I have a lot of respect for the work they do, and so I think it'll be interesting to see what comes of that. It says Tom Fitton, Clinton left classified info exposed to hackers. Now, we know that, but I don't think we know all the ins and outs of it. And if anybody can get to the bottom of it, Judicial Watch can. This from Brit Hume, and I'm sorry, this made me laugh so hard. The danger for Biden may be not that people are outraged, but they can't stop laughing. And he's right. People can't stop laughing, about Biden. I would call him groper in chief, but This is hysterical. Whoever did this, it's classic. It is so funny. I don't know, but there's even funnier ones to come. So there you go. Now, POTUS schedule, Biden's nightmare. Lutsenko said some of the evidence he knows about in the Burisma case may interest U.S. authorities, and he'd like to present that information to new U.S. Attorney General William Barr, particularly the Vice President's intervention. Joe Biden's 2020 Ukrainian nightmare. Biden pursued Ukraine to fire its prosecutor while he was investigating a natural gas firm that employed Biden's son on its board. Yeah. Do you really think that he has a chance, a snowball's chance in Hades of getting in to be president in 2020? Are you kidding me? And you know what I find so amusing? Really, not amusing in a good way. Actually, amusing's probably not the right word for it. But you know, all these people that were just so outraged about Kavanaugh. Oh my gosh. I mean, Kavanaugh was just the worst human being on the face of the planet. I mean, they already had him guilty, and I mean, they were asking him like about his drinking because he'd had some beer in high school. Like, come on. Anyway, of course, they don't ask Pelosi about her $1,000 a week booze habit. $1,000 a week. Can you imagine? I can't. I couldn't even spend $1,000 a year. I don't think I would probably spend $1,000 in a decade. Because, I mean, once in a while I might have a glass of wine, but just not a drinker at all. And so for me to think about $1,000 a week, wow. I don't know how you could, I mean, her liver must be pickled. Her brain certainly is, but anyway, so all these people that were outraged about Brett Kavanaugh, they're defending Biden. And saying, oh, he's just a touchy guy. Nothing there. There's nothing strange about, grabbing little girls' boobs, because he did. He is on video doing that. And the girl, pulled away immediately. She knew it was wrong. And all of the touchy-feely with the children and the smelling of women's hair. What is that? Who does that? I mean, your significant other or whatever might, be hugging you and say, your hair smells wonderful. But if someone you don't know comes up and smells your hair, are you kidding me? Anyway, I just find it a little amusing that all these people that were just, oh my gosh, up in arms about Kavanaugh and how he was the worst human being on the face of the earth. And I mean, he didn't even deserve to live. But Biden, oh, that's okay. There's nothing weird about smelling strange people's hair. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a little groping. Anyway, all right, and then there's this. And I know you've probably heard this already. Come on now. Go on. Yeah. The Democrats introduce a bill. Hang on. Hang on here. Where's that? Where is that coming from? Oh, heavens above. No, I don't want to listen to him. Please, I need bleach for my ears. Okay. Democrats introduce bill to kill Electoral College in Senate. The hits just keep on rolling in the swamp. Senate Democrats could introduce a constitutional amendment to abolish the Electoral College as soon as Tuesday, sources tell the D.C. Patriot. Leading Democrats on the Senate are expected to introduce the bill, including many of those running for president. The move, they hope, will also bolster their 2020 presidential bids. Senator Brian Schatz of Hawaii plans to introduce the measure along with Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois, the second highest ranking Democrat in the Senate. Dianne Feinstein, Senator of California, California and the top Democrats on the Senate Judiciary Committee will also be endorsing the bill. Also signed on to the legislation is Senator Kirsten Gillibrand of New York, one of the growing number of presidential candidates who have called for electing presidents by popular vote, even though changing the Constitution is seen as virtually impossible today. A constitutional amendment may be proposed by two-thirds supermajority in both the House, about 290 votes, and Senate, 67 votes, and require ratification by 38 states. Watch Bernie Sanders talk about getting rid of the Electoral College in the video below. These people are insane. No, I would rather have my eyes dug out with spoons than listen to Bernie Sanders talk about anything. I don't know what it is about the man, but his voice drives me insane. And if I had to listen to it daily, I might have to have $1,000 a week booze habit. I don't know. But anyway, I can tell you this much, America. Anyone who wishes to oppose the very foundation of our republic as our founders intended is an enemy of the state and should be dealt with in such a manner. And in such a matter. Should be manner. But anyway, I agree. And I don't know. I'm not sure if they elected to kill the Electoral College, if Trump could veto that. Does anybody know the answer to that? If you do, put it in the comments below, because I do not know the answer to that. All right. And I would have looked it up earlier, but I just thought of it. So let's go back. No, really. Let's. Okay. Now we are coming down to this. This should surprise probably nobody. Karma. How many remember this arrogant POS migrant who complained about having to eat beans during her trek through Mexico to the U.S.? She has now been arrested on assault charges in Texas. She might be eating a lot of beans now. Yeah, she might be. Miriam Zelaya Gomez, charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Yes, apparently her and her sister beat another woman who had given them a place to stay. Well, how dare they give them a place to stay? I mean, really, how dare they? They deserve to be beaten. What is with these people that feel so entitled? Really? Complaining about because she got fed beans. Now she's beating somebody up. She's like, I don't know. What's happening? What's happening to the country? All right. And how about this? Wait a minute. Milano was front and center during the contentious hearing during which Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh and Christine Blasey Ford, who accused Kavanaugh of sexual assault, testified. But look at here. Alyssa Milano, I'm proud to call Joe Biden a friend. He has been a leader and a champion on fighting violence against women for many years, and I have been fortunate to accompany him to events with survivors. Yeah, he probably sniffed her hair, too. Yeah, a champion on fighting violence against women. Well, I guess, sniffing their hair and groping them isn't really violence. It's assault. It's not violent assault. It's sexual assault. Don't be sniffing my hair, Biden. You'll never be sniffing anything again. I'm just saying. I may look weak, but I'm not. You sniff my hair without my permission, you're not going to sniff again, Biden. Just saying. Not that I would mind. Sometimes I'm a very huggy person. I hug everyone. I really do. And probably I never did until I lived in the South. And people in the South just hug people. And so I hug everyone. And I'll sometimes say, oh, you smell great. But there's a difference between hugging a friend and saying, hey, you smell great. Or I like your perfume. Or, gee, your hair smells great. But there's a difference between that and walking up behind somebody, a man that you don't know, and sniffing your hair like he's going to inhale it all. There's something weird about that. I'm just saying. All right. There we go. And here's some memes for you. Yeah, you're going to like these. I guarantee it. If you don't, I'll give you your money back. All right. Okay. Here we have, the one where James Comey is standing in the middle of the road, and I just noticed this. I guess it's a scarecrow over there. Anyway, he's standing over there in the middle of the road, and he said that he was the only middle person. He was thinking of running for president. I don't know what his tweet said because I didn't pay attention to much of what he says because most of it's just out there. Anyway, we've got a picture of Comey standing in the middle of the road. Who does that? And then somebody has photoshopped Biden in there, and I think it's hysterical, and you can't stop me from thinking it's hysterical. All right, and let's come down one. And this, I'm sorry, is the funniest one I've ever seen. Here's James Comey standing in the middle of his field there, or in the middle of the road there. And then remember this lady from the border thing, which they proved was a fake, like she was running away from the tear gas and everything, and with the children. Well, they've got her photoshopped in there, and then they've got Prince Charles, and then here's Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and then over here they've got a crossing sign, and it's an actual replica of the people that are crossing, and it's hysterical. Whoever did this, and then we've got McStain over here, and I don't know, whoever did this, you know what? You are awesome. You are awesome, whoever did this. And I love humor like this. I really do. It's clever humor, and I love it. I hope this meme goes everywhere. All right, let's go on. Now, this from Minor Stream Media. Crossing the border illegally in Canada. $5,000 fine. Crossing the border illegally in Iran. 8 years in prison. Crossing the border illegally in North Korea. You get shot. Crossing the border illegally in the U.S. You get a driver's license, medical insurance, housing, and a right to vote. What's wrong with that picture? Yeah, no other country in the entire world does what the U.S. is doing. None. You don't just cross over borders with no consequences. It doesn't happen, folks. But it does in America. And why? Because the Democrats want it that way. Why do they want it that way? You tell me. They want open borders. For not just for voting reasons, but for other reasons. They're getting paid, probably by the cartels. That would be my surmisal. Anyway, let's take a look at this. No, really, let's. Oh, yes. You're gonna like this, really. I promise. This is awesome, and I just started following them because I just loved it. Conservative Pets is the name of this Twitter account, and I think it's awesome because look, they say DM us your pet pics. No liberal pets, please. I guess Sammy. I can't really send a picture of Sammy, although to tell you the truth, Sammy is not a liberal. Sammy is a conservative, and believe it or not, and you're probably not going to believe this, and I'm not going to get into the whole 9 yards, but that cat, Sammy, saved my life last night, and that is the truth. That cat saved my life. I saved his life. He saved my life. We're even now. Not joking. Anyway, so he's conservative, and he's all right in my books now. He can misbehave, and that's just fine, because he came into this house for a reason, and I'm going to give him the best darn home he's ever had. Well, of course, because he's never had a home. He was thrown off a balcony and into the woods. Not anymore. And he got the best treats today you could ever want if you were a cat. Anyway, let's go on here. I'm way off subject. DM your pet pictures, no liberal pets, please. Now, Diesel loves President Trump and supports the wall. And it just has a bunch of pet pictures, but some of them are cute. This one says, build the wall, and has two very adorable dogs, if you ask me, and well-groomed. But we're getting to a really good one that I love. So raise your paw if you're voting for Trump 2020. I think all paws are raised. And love this. Dodger and Paisley love Trump. Now, aren't they cute dogs? They're adorable. His name is Peyton, and I love this. Make America Great Again on this black lab. I've had 2 black labs before I had cats, and I just love them. I just love Labradors. I don't know. They're just very nice dogs. And this pet is named Sammy as well. Sammy is a conservative in New York City. And there's Sammy. Got a wonderful view at his window, most certainly. And another happy conservative pet. Now, this is the one that I think you will really enjoy. Look at this. Hide your cats from Joe Biden. Woman, Joe Biden. Now, is that not funny? You have to, I mean, really, you have to see the humor in that. That's just too funny. That's how I came to know about this YouTube channel, because I saw this. Somebody else had retweeted it. So, I hadn't seen this one. I will build a great dog park and the cats will pay for it. It's going to be huge. That's funny. I'm sorry. Now I'm going to have to just scroll down to see if there's anything else that's hysterical. Our sweet Daisy girl loves the US of A. Oh. I voted early. So anyway, you can check this out. It is, if you're on Twitter, it is Conservative Pets. And I think I might just send in a picture of my 2 conservative pets, just because they're just so darn cute. Except I don't have a MAGA hat. Hard to get in Canada. Nobody would wear one here. You'd probably get, well, you wouldn't get shot. You'd probably get stabbed. Anyway, let's go back. And what is this? Let's take a look at this. Let's hope Trump follows through with his campaign promise regarding Hillary's email server. Trump said he will hire a special prosecutor to get down to the bottom of the scandal. America wants to know, innocent or guilty. What do you think? Now, this is from their debate. Listen to this.
What people
wait.
getting the subpoena, you delete 33,000 emails, and then you acid wash them or bleach them, as you would say, a very expensive process. So we're going to get a special prosecutor, and we're going to look into it, because you know what? People have been, their lives have been destroyed for doing 1/5 of what you've done, and it's a disgrace. And honestly, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Secretary Clinton, I want to follow up on that. I'm going to let you talk about email.
Because everything he just said is absolutely false, but I'm not surprised.
Really? Yeah, right. Everything he said is absolutely false. I don't think she could tell the truth if her life depended on it. Could she? Really? But what do you do? Now, I think I'm going to go back to this one, which I had touched on earlier, but I'm going to end with this one because I do have to, get the gym in. Trying to strengthen my back as much as I possibly can. So I'd rather stay here with y'all, but I will be back, and if there are Q posts or if there's other Q related news, I might do another video tonight. Who the heck knows? I don't know. But let's hit on this, and just because it's got my favorite name in it. Okay, this from the Jerusalem Post. This I think you'll find is interesting. George Papadopoulos, Yes, that's right. I said Papadopoulos, formerly an aide to the U.S. President Donald Trump's campaign for president, said he was never questioned by special counsel Robert Mueller's team with regard to Russia, only work related to Israel, calling it the key to his case. How interesting is that? What I was really targeted for by Mueller team and these individuals has nothing to do with Russia. It has to do with my work in Israel and my work actually as an energy lobbyist, he told Army Radio in an interview broadcast on Sunday. And I never met a single Russian official in my entire life, even on the Trump campaign. All these characters in my story that were described falsely by the FBI and Bob Mueller to be Russians were, in fact, Western intelligence operatives that were sent to try and sabotage the Trump campaign. Papadopoulos, that's right, Papadopoulos, who was plucked out of obscurity to work as a foreign policy advisor for Donald Trump's presidential run, pleaded guilty in October 2017 to lying to the FBI about his communications with 2 Russian nationals and a Maltese professor with Russian ties while working on the campaign. In his book, Deep State Target, How I Got Caught in the Crosshairs of the Plot to Bring Down President Trump, Papadopoulos, that's right, Papadopoulos claims he was duped into pleading guilty and says his admitted lies were memory lapses and unintentional. I believe it's a total vindication for both the campaign, the transition team, and the current administration, he told Army Radio of U.S. Attorney General William Barr's report on the Mueller report. And what I do believe is going to happen now is I think this vindication is going to result in a new investigation into those who committed this unlawful, unjust witch hunt, as the president calls it. Under his plea deal, Papadopoulos acknowledged that Joseph Mifsud, a Maltese academic, told him in April 2016 that Russia had dirt on then Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton 3 months before hacked emails started appearing online and doing damage to the Clinton campaign. Papadopoulos, that's right, we're still talking about Papadopoulos, told Australian diplomat Alexander Downer over drinks in May 2016 that Russia had political dirt on Clinton. Australian officials passed that information to their U.S. counterparts 2 months later, helping trigger the FBI's probe into Russia's attempts to influence the Trump campaign. The ex-campaign strategist was sentenced to 14 days in federal prison for lying to the FBI and told Army Radio he had no expectations for a presidential pardon. My lawyer thinks he might issue a pardon. I don't have any expectation, though, he said. I believe the foundation of my case was corrupted, as President Trump will see. The entire Mueller investigation surrounding me was my work with Israel and not with Russia. Despite his legal troubles, Papadopoulos, yes, we are still talking about Papadopoulos. I said Papadopoulos said he remains a Trump supporter. I am a big supporter of President Trump. I think his decision to move the embassy to Jerusalem and acknowledge Israel's right to the Golan Heights are incredibly important, both from a strategic point of view, but also from a moral standpoint. So, of course, I'm very pleased with him, and I support him, and I expect him to be reelected in 2020. So, isn't that interesting? Very, very interesting. And I'm not going to say Papadopoulos again or repeat the name Papadopoulos several times. I'm not going to do that because that really irritates people when I repeat the name Papadopoulos. So I'm going to stop now. Okay. All right. Let's just, I think that just about does it. Now, let me hit on this one just for good measure. Okay, this. I think we looked at this already, did we not? That Omar is facing campaign probe? Yes, I think we did. The complaints were filed last year while Omar cruised to election to the House of Representatives by a Republican state lawmaker. I'm just seeing. Oh, 6,000. Yeah, payments to her divorce attorney. Just seeing if there was anything new here. So, yeah, that's it. And I think that is it for Q-related news, although there's a ton more of it out there. So, let me just see if I have included all I wanted to include. Don't you love that? Seriously. I think that's it. Well, we have a couple more things here, but I am running out of time, so I think I'm going to skip them for now. I may come back and do another video tonight. It depends on how late I get back and how tired I am. But I may, because I seem to have lots of energy today. Not sure where it came from, but I'm glad it's here. So that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching and listening. I'm so glad when you guys show up. Otherwise, you know, it gets lonely sitting here in this chair talking to myself. So thanks a lot. And remember, seek truth. Deception bites.